What you're about to learn could completely change your life, because there's a powerful secret hidden in the words you speak every day, something most people never realize. This secret, when used the right way, can help you create health, wealth, and love. But if ignored, it can trap you in a cycle of scarcity and struggle. Few people know this, but every word you speak acts like a spell, a real magic that affects not only your subconscious, but also the very fabric of your reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that thoughts are the language of the brain, feelings are the language of the body, and words are the magical link between the two. If you learn how to use them right, you can unlock hidden powers inside you and change your destiny. But be careful. Once you tap into this power, there's no going back. Every word you speak is like planting a seed in the invisible soil of your reality. Some seeds will bloom into blessings, others will turn into traps. The universe doesn't respond to your words literally. It responds to the frequency behind them. Every word you speak is actually a wave of energy, a vibration that extends beyond what you can see. That's why words can heal or harm. Studies show that emotions like gratitude and love emit measurable frequencies that can reshape the electromagnetic field around your body. So imagine that when you speak, you're amplifying these emotions through sound vibrations, encoding your intentions into reality. Words spoken with anger or fear carry heavy, negative energy, while words filled with joy and faith send out higher vibrations that can open doors that seemed locked. Roger Penrose, a world-renowned physicist, showed that consciousness interacts with the quantum field, and the language you use every day is one of the most direct ways to influence that interaction. In other words, you're constantly sending vibrational commands to the universe without even realizing it. But here's the key. It's not enough to just say positive words. What matters is the emotion, the intention behind them. Without that energy, words are just empty sounds. Most people don't realize this. They're unknowingly cursing their own lives simply through the vibrations of the words they repeat without thinking. Imagine this. Robert wakes up on Monday already late for work. As he gets ready, he grumbles, "My life is a mess. Nothing ever works out for me." On the way, he hits heavy traffic and mutters, "This always happens. Everything's harder for me." At work, he gets criticized by his boss and thinks, "I knew today would be awful." At lunch, he tells his coworkers, "I'm just unlucky. It's always like this." What Robert doesn't realize is that with every word, he's locking himself into a frequency of stress, scarcity, and failure. His words aren't just complaints, they're powerful commands, shaping his reality to match the negative thoughts he keeps repeating. Now, imagine a different scenario. Miley also wakes up late, but as she gets ready, she takes a deep breath and says, "Everything will work out in my favor today." In traffic, she mentally repeats, "I trust the flow of life." Even when her boss calls her into an unexpected meeting, she thinks, "This is an opportunity to grow." Miley isn't denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. She's consciously choosing the energy behind the words she speaks. And in doing so, she shapes her experience. While Robert's day gets heavier and more chaotic, Miley finds lightness, solutions, and even surprises, not because of luck, but because she's using the energy of her words to shape her reality. This is the true magic of words. They define your inner state, and that in turn defines the reality you attract. How have you been speaking about your life lately? Write it in the comments and start noticing the patterns. Every word you speak with focused intention and emotion is like a spell that starts shaping your reality. What we commonly refer to as a spell is actually the alignment of three forces: thought, emotion, and sound vibration. When you speak, you infuse energy with intention, and that energy doesn't simply vanish. it spreads, interacts with the quantum field, and begins to rearrange unseen patterns that eventually become physical realities. Ancient traditions understood this long before modern science. For example, the ancient Egyptians believed that the spoken word was a direct act of creation. They thought the universe was formed through Heka, the magical power of speech. Heka wasn't just ordinary magic, it was the vital force that kept everything alive, and Egyptian priests were trained to use sacred words with ritual precision, fully aware that every sound shaped the reality around them. Similarly, Native American cultures believed that words carried living spirits. Every song, prayer, or story told around the fire wasn't just entertainment, it was an invocation, a vibrational call to unseen forces. In Vedic traditions, sound was considered the essence of creation. They taught that the universe came from the primordial sound vibration that created both matter and consciousness. To this day, in Vedic rituals, words are chanted with extreme precision and reverence. Mantras, sacred words, or phrases repeated with intention are viewed as living forms of energy. When you chant a mantra, you're not just repeating sounds. You're tuning into specific frequencies that help align your mind, body, and spirit with the harmony of the universe. In the Vedas, it was believed that speaking words without consciousness could generate sound karma, an energetic residue that would eventually return to the speaker, like a wave of cause and effect. Now, imagine living with the awareness that every word you send into the universe comes back to you, charged with the energy you put into it. If everything in the universe is vibration and words shape your reality, then repeating certain sounds or phrases can completely transform your personal frequency. This is where mantras come in. Contrary to what many believe, a mantra doesn't have to be long or complicated. Its true power lies in conscious repetition and the emotion you infuse it with. It's like a vibrational password that unlocks hidden states of your consciousness. Here are some mantras you can use daily to reprogram your energy. Upon waking, mentally or aloud, say, "I am guided and protected by invisible forces." This mantra aligns your energy with protection and spiritual guidance. At the start of the day, before making important decisions, say, "Divine wisdom flows through me." This mantra activates intuition and mental clarity, helping you make more aligned choices. In moments of stress or fear, chant, "I am peace, I am light." This recalibrates your nervous system and restores your natural state of harmony, attracting prosperity. Declare, "Infinite abundance flows into my life." This connects your vibration to the existing current of prosperity in the universe, rather than focusing on lack. The key is to feel each word as though it's already true. It's not enough to repeat words mechanically. Take a deep breath, close your eyes for a moment, and let the vibration of the mantra fill every cell in your body. By doing this, you aren't just speaking, you're creating. When you speak, you collapse quantum possibilities into tangible realities. Your words act as commands to the universal energy field, saying, "This is what I choose to experience." The field then reorganizes invisible patterns to reflect the order you've set. According to physicist John Wheeler, one of the greatest minds in modern physics, the universe doesn't exist independently of our perception of it. In other words, reality isn't a fixed stage where you simply act. It's shaped by your choices, observations, and most importantly, by the frequency you emit, including through words. So when you speak, you're not just communicating, you're actively altering the structure of your environment, consciously or unconsciously. Studies show that the brain doesn't distinguish between a real experience and one that's vividly imagined or verbalized. In other words, when you say, "I am strong," even if you don't yet feel strong, your brain begins to form new neural pathways to help you manifest that strength. One particularly fascinating experiment was conducted by Russian scientists studying human DNA. They found that DNA could be reprogrammed using sound frequencies and spoken words. In their tests, language codes, specific words and phrases were used to modify genetic patterns, rather than cutting and replacing genes like traditional genetic engineering. The Russian scientists proved that the vibration of words can directly reprogram DNA. In other words, what you say doesn't just influence your thoughts or emotions. It can literally impact your biology. Let's not forget about the experiments in cymatics, the study of how sound can shape matter. When sound is passed through surfaces covered in fine sand or water, geometric patterns start to appear, and these shapes become more complex as the frequency of the sound increases. What does this show us? It shows that sound, and by extension, the words you speak, have the power to shape what was once invisible and chaotic. These experiments support what spiritual teachers have always said. Your words are just as powerful as your thoughts or feelings. Every word you speak sends out waves that affect you, your energy, and the world around you. With every word, you're shaping your reality in the quantum field. And most people are still unknowingly shaping negative patterns. But don't worry, you'll learn how to turn this around in your favor. Most people think they have full control over their words and thoughts, but in reality, many are under the influence of invisible programming. From the moment you were born, you were surrounded by words, phrases, and stories that began to program your subconscious mind. Your parents, teachers, friends, and the media, all of them, whether intentionally or not, have cast verbal spells on you. Without realizing it, you've accepted these words as truths. Phrases like, life is hard, money doesn't grow on trees, don't dream too big, or it's not safe to trust people, are common examples of this subconscious programming. These ideas were repeated so often that they became deeply embedded in your mind. Bruce Lipton, a cellular biologist and author of The Biology of Belief, explains that the subconscious mind is a highly efficient recorder. It absorbs verbal commands without questioning them, especially during the first 7 years of life. These programs then continue to operate silently throughout adulthood, influencing your behaviors, decisions, and even your destiny. The scariest part is that these programs are reinforced every day. When you watch fear-based news, listen to music that focuses on suffering, or engage in negative conversations, you're just reinforcing old programs and even creating new ones. This is true hypnosis, silent programming that dictates your limits without you even knowing it. But there's a way out, and it begins with awareness. The first step to breaking a spell is recognizing it. There's often a hidden pattern behind many of the struggles people face, and it begins with the words they use automatically, without thinking. Often without bad intentions, you may be vibrating at a frequency of scarcity and fear just because of the words you choose in your daily life. In the quantum field, neutral and responsive, it simply reacts to the energy you project. Phrases like, I can't, it's too hard, I don't have money for that, or nothing ever works out for me, are commands of limitation that lock your energy into patterns of impossibility. The subconscious mind doesn't understand sarcasm or jokes. If you say, my money always disappears, your subconscious accepts that as a command and works to make it your reality. Similarly, words spoken in moments of frustration or anger, like, I can't take it anymore, or my life is a mess, strengthen those negative energies, making them more prominent in your life. But the danger isn't just in obvious words. Common phrases like, fighting an uphill battle, or you only live once, carry a vibration of struggle and limitation, silently programming your energy for more challenges and scarcity. Now that you understand how powerful unconscious words can be, it's time to take control and start using language to your advantage. The key to reprogramming your mind is consciously replacing limiting words with words of expansion. Every time you speak, you're programming your future, and by choosing words that align with growth, love, and inner power, you'll start to shift your vibrational field right away. Here are some simple steps to get started. 1. Replace words of limitation with words of possibility. Instead of saying, "This is impossible for me," try saying, "I am open to new possibilities." Every word of openness creates room in the quantum field for new opportunities. 2. Use affirmations in the present tense. Instead of saying, "One day I will be happy," say, "I am expanding joy now." The quantum field responds to the present moment, not an uncertain future. 3. Speak with emotion. It's not enough to just repeat words. Feel what you're saying. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine the energy of your words vibrating inside you. Emotion fuels words, transforming them into reality. 4. Create morning power statements. Before you check your phone or interact with the outside world, say things like, "Today I am a magnet for miracles. My path is clear and all doors open for me. I activate my inner strength and expand my light." Joe Dispenza explains that when you repeat powerful words with emotion every day, your brain begins to form new neural pathways. Over time, your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with this new reality, and what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Remember, words are like seeds, and now you're choosing to plant a garden filled with unlimited possibilities. You can speak the most powerful words, but if you keep consuming negative content, your energy field will be constantly disrupted, preventing you from creating the life you want. That's why it's crucial to do a vibrational detox, and it starts with being mindful of what you expose yourself to. First, stop watching news that spreads fear and hopelessness. The quantum field reacts to your emotional energy. If you're constantly consuming content filled with tragedy and chaos, your energy field becomes weak, dense, and reactive. Second, unfollow profiles and pages that promote limiting beliefs, scarcity, comparison, or hate. Each time you unconsciously scroll, you allow these negative frequencies into your mind, shaping your reality. Third, make conscious choices about what you listen to. Replace negative music and phrases with uplifting sounds, affirmations, and content. The vibrations of the words and sounds you hear are absorbed by your cells and shape your frequency. Fourth, take small moments of silence throughout the day. Silence is a powerful tool for resetting your energy. A few minutes of quiet can clear away layers of vibrational pollution that build up without you even realizing it. Bruce Lipton says we're like antennas, constantly picking up vibrations. If you want to change your life, you need to change what your antenna is tuned into. Some words are more than just expressions. They're keys that carry vibrational codes that can activate dormant forces inside you. When used with intention, these words can awaken forgotten potentials within your energy field. Since ancient times, spiritual teachers have used activation words to awaken qualities like courage, love, wisdom, and inner strength. Words like "I awaken," "I manifest," "I command," "I am reborn" are not just simple affirmations. They're vibrational commands, telling the universe to start creating a new reality. For example, when you say "I awaken," you're not just speaking, you're calling out hidden parts of your being, opening closed channels of perception, and energizing aspects of your soul that have been dormant. Another powerful phrase is "I manifest my true essence," which reminds your quantum field of your original purpose, clearing away the layers of fear and limitation built up over time. It's like each activation word is a secret code that unlocks internal doors locked by old patterns, traumas, and limiting beliefs, turning your words into conscious spells. The magic doesn't have to be complicated or reserved for special moments. In fact, true transformation happens in the daily practice, in the small rituals that shape your frequency every day. Here's a simple, powerful ritual you can start today. When you wake up, before touching your phone or talking to anyone, sit at the edge of your bed, take 3 deep breaths, and say 3 activation words aloud. Examples include, I command, I create, I am, or I am light, I am strength, I am abundance. As you speak each word, imagine golden light expanding from your chest and filling your body, energizing every cell with this new vibrational programming. Then declare a clear intention for your day as if it's already happening. Today, I'm guided to opportunities that elevate my life. Today, the universe works in my favor in surprising ways. This quick 3-minute ritual creates a wave of high-frequency energy that stays with you throughout the day, protecting your energy field from distractions, fears, and outside influences. Joe Dispenza says that to create a new reality, you have to think and feel differently than you're used to. That's exactly what this ritual helps you do. It interrupts the automatic cycle of negative thoughts and replaces them with new, powerful beliefs. If you practice this ritual for 21 days in a row, you'll start to notice small changes at first, followed by bigger shifts, synchronicities, new opportunities, and a natural sense of inner strength growing within you. There's one mistake that can undo all your efforts to change your life: using powerful words without being truly aware. Many people, after learning about the power of words, start repeating affirmations or mantras, but they do it automatically, like it's just another task to check off, with little to no impact. Words only unleash their full power when they're combined with real emotion and full presence. Saying, I am abundance, while your body is tense, your mind is distracted, and your heart is full of doubt won't bring change. In fact, it just deepens the gap between what you say and how you feel. The universe responds to coherence, the alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and words. Without that, your words are just noise, lacking the power to make a difference. So the biggest mistake you can make is trying to change your reality with just words, without first changing how you feel inside. The real secret is to embody the feeling of what you're affirming. Feel it in your body, see it in your mind, and believe it in your heart, even if it feels a bit fake at first. With practice, that new feeling will become your new reality. Remember, it's not about how many words you speak, it's about how deeply you feel and believe in what you say. Speak as if your soul is listening, because now you know every word you speak is a vibrational command, an intentional choice between creating a life of growth or reinforcing the invisible limits that have been placed on you since birth. The knowledge you've received here isn't something everyone knows. It's a rare key. But like all keys, it only works if you decide to use it. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You're an architect of your reality, a vibrational sculptor, and the materials you use to shape your life are the words you choose to think, say, and feel each day. Don't wait for the world to change before you change your words. Don't wait for miracles to happen before you start believing. Speak now as if your dreams have already come true. Rewrite your destiny one word at a time. Expand your mind one affirmation at a time, and awaken your power one vibrational command at a time. If you've made it this far, it's because you're ready. Ready to step off autopilot, ready to break free from old patterns, and ready to cast spells of light, abundance, and transformation with your own words. The universe is not waiting for someone else. It's waiting for you. So start now. Declare, I activate my inner power in the comments. And if this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with someone who needs to remember the hidden power within themselves. because what you speak today shapes what you'll live tomorrow.